Hello everyone, welcome back. So, students, in this video, we are going to discuss tenses, the most important topic of the language, any language. So, before learning these tenses, you need to learn the verbs, how many types of verbs are there, and what is the importance of verb. So, I have already made the video on those topic. You can see those video. The link is providing under the description box of this video. Now, let us see the difference between tense and time. Students, here time and tense, these both are the different words. So first let's see the time. What is the importance of time and what is time? So time is a common non-grammatical term. It doesn't have any relation with any language. It can be divided into three categories, that is present, past and future. That is universal concept. So here time doesn't show any relation with grammar. It is a non-grammatical term because you can count minutes, hours, days or years. Like for example, if I say 5 hours and 2 days, so it shows the number here. So students, it can show you time but it cannot show any grammatical structure of a language. So, time is a non grammatical term which is a universal concept as present, past, and future. It doesn't show any grammar. So, whole world see in this way only present, past, and future. Now, let us move to the next one, the tense. So, firstly, the tense is a grammatical term, it is not a common dictionary word like time. So it can be depends on the different languages. It is not a universal concept here. Means any language can transfer its grammar to any pattern. And the tense describe verb in language or in English which can show actions and degree of completeness. Now students, tense can be divided into three categories, that is present, past and future. In verbs introduction video, I have already told the importance of verb. Only verb can change in any sentence, not any other parts of speech. Only a verb change from present into past or future indefinite to perfect continuous or active to passive, direct to indirect. So students, it is very important to learn verb. Without verb, we cannot construct a single sentence. Let us see by these examples. Now let us read the example. He goes to college. This is in simple indefinites, simple present. He goes to college. He is going to college. He has gone to college. He has been going to college. He went to college. He was going to college. He had gone to college. He had been going to college. He will go to college. He will be going. He will have gone to college. He will have been going to college. Now students, you can see this is in the present. This is the present tense and this is the past tense and this is the future tense. Now you can see students, here we are not changing any subject and object. Here the object is same and the subject is same, only we are changing the verb. So in any tense only a verb can change, not any other parts of speech. So it is very important to learn verb. Here, most of the grammarians said that only verb can show tense in a sentence, not any other parts of a speech. And it is true. Now, here you can see if goes is there, V5 is there, now you can identify it is talking about the simple present. And if B plus ing is there, B plus V1 ing like is MR, so you can think that and you can see that is the present continuous. If was there, then it is definitely a past continuous. If this had plus v3 is there, that then it is the past perfect. Have, this has and have is there with plus v3, that is the present perfect. So by seeing this verb only we can decide the tense or judge the tense here. So verb only have that formulation that shows the tenses in a sentences. Like for example, if I write went, so this is the v2 form of verb. So you can, by seeing this, you can say that this is the past. But can you say this is the past tense? But can you say by seeing he or she, can you decide the tense by seeing this pronoun or noun anything? No, we cannot. Because only verb had that formulation which show the tense in a sentence. So generally we can say that here the verb show tense of any language and when that tense depends on time. So the best conclusion here, tense can be a form of verb. It can change to change the time, or it can show your action or a state of completeness, or you can say it show the degree of completeness, means how much work done. So student, that's all about the introduction to tenses. Now let us see tenses in detail along with the structures. So tenses are verbs in English which indicate the time of an action. So there are three main tenses in English: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Present tense expresses actions in the present time, and past tense expresses actions in the past. Future tense expresses action in the future. For example, you can see here, this one we'll see later. Now we are happy. This are indicates we are talking about the present tense. We were happy. This were which is showing the past tense. We were happy in the past. We will buy a car. This will, it is a model verb which shows the future. So you can see here, students, the verbs only we are changing here, and based on the changing of this verb, we can change the tenses: present, past, and future. Now here it is the grammatical structure of the tenses. It is a fresh form of the structure of tenses. Based on this structure only, we will construct the 12 tenses. Now here you can see this present tense which have four forms: present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. So students, you can see here, this is the structure of present indefinite, means present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. These are the structure of these all. Now in the past also we have the same four form, like past indefinite, past continuous, present perfect, sorry, past perfect it should be. So it is past perfect continuous. In the same way, in future also we have four forms, four tenses, like future indefinite means simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Now let us see in detail along with the example these all tenses. So in the present tense we have four tenses, like present indefinite, four forms of the tense. So first of all, let's see why we call present simple. This is also called present simple. So why we call present simple to present simple or present indefinite? So we call this present simple or present indefinite to indefinite tense because time shows but this is not definite, which means this indefinite tense shows present, past, or future. For example, you can see here the sun rises in the east, which means it is rising in the east, it was rises in the east, and it will be rise in the east, which shows present, past, and future. It is not depend on any particular time. That's why it is called the indefinite. And why we say simple tense or simple indefinite? Because we can say our meaning by using only subject and verb. Now you can see here it is a structure of this present indefinite: subject plus V1 we are taking here. If a singular subject is there, then definitely we need to add S or ES to it. So this sun is a single subject, that's why we are writing as we are adding S to this verb. The sun rises. Now there are many more things to learn in present indefinite, when we have to use, why we have to use this all in detail. In some videos I will upload that also. Today we will discuss in brief all 12 tenses. Now come to this present continuous. So this tense describe an action that is happening right now, a longer action which is in progress, and something is going to happen in the near future. So basically, if I say in simple words, the present continuous tense is used to talk about the action that are happening right now or at the time of speaking. For example, you can see here I am teaching English and you are learning English. So it is the structure of this present tense, this present continuous. Subject plus is mr. This is mr based on the subject. If your subject is singular, you need to take is. If you are talking about yourself, you need to take am. How I have taken am here? Because I am talking I. That's why I have taken am here. If you are talking about the second person or third person, you can second person you can take are. For third person, you need to take is. So after this ismr, what based on your subject you need to choose this one. After that you need to take v1 plus ing, which means v4 plus object, like I am teach, which is v1 plus ing. So in the present continuous we need to take ing form of verb. I am teaching English and you are learning English. Now let us see the present perfect. So, this tense can be used to talk about an action that happened in the past, but when it happened, it's not very important or it's unknown. So, past means a recent past. If I say in simple word, we use this present perfect tense means to show the action that has just been completed. Or we can also use this present perfect tense when we want to talk about an action that happened in the past, but when it happened, it's not important or not known. So, however, this action is important to the conversation right now. Let's take a look of this example. For example, I have finished my work. When you have finished your work, that's not important. Only you have done your work, that you are showing here. I have finished my work. Now this is the structure of this present perfect. Subject plus have or has. If your subject is plural, then you need to take have. Like for example, you is there, you, we, they, or I. Along with those subjects you need to take have. If your subject is singular, like she, he, or it, or any name is there, then you need to take has. She has finished her work. And along with this have and has, you need to take v3. Always this have form get v3 form of the verb. Like for example, you can see write, wrote, written. So written is v3. So whenever you write have and has form, along with that you need to take v3 form of verb. Then object anyhow. I have finished. Finished is v3 here. My work, which is the object here. Now let us see this present perfect continuous. So, this present perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action which began in the past and is still going on in the present. And it can be used with the phrases like since, for, long, already, and all the day, week, like that. So, here in this present perfect continuous, we need to emphasize duration. So, we use since or for along with this. So, since and for we need to use in this present perfect continuous. So here you can see the structure subject plus have or has. Just now I told you have and has is depend on the subject. If your subject is plural, have you need to take. If your subject is singular, has you need to take. So after subject have or has, then been you need to take. Then v4, which is v1 ing, then since or for means that is based on your sentence. Then after that object. For example, Ali, which is a singular subject, that's why I have taken has. Ali has been studying English for an hour. Means Ali has started studying English, but he still did not finished yet. He has started studying in the past and still it continuing in the present. That's why we are using this present perfect continuous. Now when we need to take this for and since, when we are showing the shorter means period like an hour, 2 months, 2 days, when we are describing something, means it is a definite one. So that time we need to take for. If something is indefinite like January is there, since January, that time you can use since. But when you are saying 2 months, 3 months, where you are specifying the months or days, that time you need to take for. If you are not specifying day or year or hours, at the time you need to take since there. So here an hour which shows 1 hour, that's why we are taking for here. So students, this is all about the present tense. Now let us move to the past tense. So this is past tense, past indefinite. How we have seen present indefinite. In the same way, we have past indefinite where we can say our sentence only with the subject and verb. So here we need to take V2. You know that we have five means verb forms, that is V1, V2, and V3, V4, and V5. So this V1 is nothing but this is the bare verb which is eat, like eat, swim, sing. We should not add any ing or ed to it. This is bare verb V1. So this will we be used with do forms or will forms, means models. And this v2 we use in the past indefinite, means past simple. For example, if write is a v1, then wrote is the v2, and written is v3. It is the third form of verb which we use with the have or has. And this v4 is nothing but ing form of the verb. We use this in the present or past participle. Ing form like writing, eating, sleeping. Ing form of verb is called v4. And v5 we use in the present simple, that is s or es we add, like rises, sings. This is the v5 we use with singulars. So here you can see v2. V2 is nothing but this the second form of the verb. So like I was scared, here this one is v2 here. Now let us move to this past continuous. Okay, this also when we use this verb is in the means we use in the past simple tense, that can be used to describe a past general state, not specific state, general state. Now past continuous, it is also a same like the present continuous, which means the action which is happening in the present, that was in present continuous. But in the past continuous, this tense used to describe an action was ongoing in the past. In the present tense we were seeing that the action was ongoing in the present, but this is the action was done in the past, which was ongoing in the past. Like for example, you can see here, I was walking in the park in the evening, means that action has done in the past. So this is the structure of this one, subject plus was and were. This was or were is depend on the subject. If your subject is singular, you need to take was. If your subject is plural, then you need to take were. Then here v1 plus ing, which is v4, because it is a continuous, so in the continuation you need to take ing form of verb. Then object, like walking is there, this is the v4. And this is was, I was walking in the park, because it is the past continuous. Now let's move to this one, past perfect. This past perfect we use to describe an action that took place at the specific time in the past, that already has taken place in the past. For example, you can see here, the train had left by the time I got to the airport, which has completed in the past. So here it is a structure, subject plus had. Here whatever subject is there, we need to take had only. In the present we were taking has and have, but here in the past we need to take had only, no matter what is your subject, because we are talking about past. So either singular or plural subject, whatever is there, you need to take had. Along with this v3 you need to take. For example, the train, which is a subject, had left. Left is v3 here. Now object, whatever is there, object will be there. For example, if I say that John had bought the book, the book is object here and bought is the V3. John had bought the book. Now let us move to this one, past perfect continuous. This past perfect continuous we use to talk about the ongoing action in the past. Means action was ongoing or continuing up to another point in the past. For example, you can see here, the girl had been flying kites since childhood. Means here particular point to particular point we need to show in the past that something has happened, which means we used to means report an action or event that occurred before a certain point in the past, that effects of which are still be visible. We can see that here, this point to this point. For example, I can say one more example, like I had been waiting for the bus for 2 hours before it arrived. So this is all about the past tense. Now let us move to this one, future tense. So students, this is very important tense that help you to express future action and plans. So this future simple tense can be used to express a future action. So here in this future tense, you can see here the verbs like will and shall are used to express, means along with the root verb we use this one, will and shall, to indicate an action in the future tense. Now it is a future indefinite means simple feature. We are using simple structure here. Subject plus will plus V1 along with all models we need to take V1 only means bare verb. For example, you can see here join which is the V1 here. We cannot take V4, V5 or V2 here. Only V1 we need to take along with the models. I will join yoga classes. We cannot say I will joining yoga classes. That will be wrong. Only V1. I will go, I will sleep. So V1 we need to take along with this model. Now this future continuous, this is a structure of future continuous. Subject plus will plus be. Be is here we need to take along with this will be. V1 plus ing because it is a continuation in present and past also we have taken this only ing form and object. We will be going to the mall tomorrow. So when we need to take this one means future continuous, this tense will be used to describe or express an ongoing action that will happen in the future, which is going to happen in the future. That is ongoing action. Now here this future perfect tense we use to express an action in the future that will happen by specific time in the future. Means that will be completed in the specific time in the future, means that will be over at a given point of time in future. For example, you can see here I will have finished the novel by tomorrow. He did not finish yet, but he is going to finish at a particular time in the future. I will have finished the novel by tomorrow. So this is the structure subject plus will plus have plus v3 because have perfect is there in present, past and future. In all the tenses we need to take have only along with this perfect. So will have v3 will have finished an object the novel. Another example I can say like the bridge will have repaired by next week means something some action is going to be completed in a particular point of time in the future. Now let us see this future perfect continuous. So this is we use to describe an ongoing action or situation that will last for a specific period of time in the future. If I say in simple words like the future perfect continuous tense, we use to talk about ongoing situation that will be in progress for a period of time at a specific point in time in the future. For example, I can say here he will have been searching for the job in the newspaper next morning. And here he will have been practicing cricket for the match in the garden next morning. So this is the structure subject plus will have been plus V4 plus since and for based on the sentence you need to take here. So student, this is all about the tenses. We have three tenses: present, past and future tenses. Each tense has four forms, that is present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. In the same way we have the past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous, future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So this is all about the tenses. I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos and thanks for watching.